Alistair! Oh, Alistair! Alistair! Oh, Alistair!
Yes, Grandmother.
Get me a drink, would you, sweetie?
What would you like, Grandmother?
Make me some tea.
Sure, Grandmother.
Pour me a cup. Wait! What about my tea? I guess I'll have to get my own tea. Oh well.
Get me a drink. Make me some tea. Pour me a cup. These are all examples of sentences that contain pronouns as indirect objects. You remember what a pronoun is, don't you? A pronoun is a word that can stand in place of a noun. Now there are two kinds of nouns, nominative pronouns and objective pronouns. An objective pronoun is a pronoun that can stand in place of an object. You, him, her, it, them, me, and us are all examples of objective pronouns. Now, tell me the definition of an objective pronoun. Very good. What's an objective pronoun? Good job. What's an objective pronoun? Wonderful. What's an objective pronoun? Very good. What's the definition of an objective pronoun? Great. And what is an objective pronoun? Good work. Now, if you have a compound indirect object and you have pronouns for those indirect objects, you need to make sure that you follow the polite order rule. We learnt about the polite order rule way back. I wonder if you remember. First of all, we need to use second person. You is the objective pronoun that is in the second person. Then we use third person, him, her, it, them, or any other nouns. And then we use first person, me or us. So we put the pronouns in that order if there is more than one objective pronoun in a sentence, functioning as a compound part. Let's have a look at the first five. So you need to fill in the gaps. You should have had them and us, because them is third person and us is first person. How do you mark this sentence? Here's the marking. How do you diagram the sentence? Here is the diagram. So you can see, because we have a compound indirect object, it has to be diagrammed like this. Fill in the gaps. You should have had you and them. You because it is second person, and them because it is third person. How do you mark this sentence? Here is the marking. How do you diagram it? Here is the diagram. Let's look at the third one. Fill in the gaps. You should have had her and me. Her is in the third person and me is in the first person. How do you mark the sentence? Here is the marking. How do you diagram the sentence? Here is the diagram. Now, fill in the gaps. For this one, you could have them and her. You could also have her and them, because they're both third person objective pronouns, and there is no rule about which order you place third person objective pronouns in. How do you mark this sentence? Here is the marking. How do you diagram the sentence? Here is the diagram. And last but not least, fill in the gaps. You should have had my sister and me. How do you mark the sentence? There's the marking. And how do you diagram the sentence? Here is the diagram. Okay, so tips. Basically, you need to remember, if you have more than one pronoun, if you have a compound pronoun functioning as an indirect object, because indirect objects are objective pronouns, make sure you follow the polite order rule and you use only those objective pronouns from that list. If you use pronouns from that list, you will be safe and you'll be correct every single time. I hope that helps you do the rest of the exercises, and that's the end of this lesson. We will see you in the next video.